Once in a small town surrounded by rolling green hills, there lived a girl named Clara. Clara was known far and wide for her beauty. Her hair was long and golden like the breeze of the sun. Her eyes sparkled like the clearest blue skies, and her skin was soft and glowing. Everywhere she went, people admired her, and she enjoyed every moment of the attention. But Clara had a flaw. Her heart wasn't as beautiful as her face. She believed that beauty was the most important thing in the world. Because of this, she treated others poorly, especially the elders in her town. If an old man asked her for help carrying his groceries, she would laugh and walk away. If an elderly woman greeted her with a warm smile, Clara would look the other way as if the woman didn't exist. Clara also loved to boast. What's the point of being kind or helpful when I have a face like this? She would say to her friends. Everyone loves me because I'm beautiful. That's all that matters. Her friends would nod nervously, too scared to disagree, though deep down they felt Clara was wrong. One day, Clara was walking through the market when she saw an old woman sitting by the roadside. The woman was dressed in rags, her face wrinkled and weathered from years of hard work. She held out her hands and said in a shaky voice, "Please, dear, can you spare a coin? I haven't eaten all day." Clara wrinkled her nose in disgust. "Why should I give you anything? You are old and dirty. Go find someone else to beg from," she said, flipping her golden hair and walking away. The old woman sighed deeply but said nothing. What Clara didn't know was that the old woman was no ordinary beggar. She was a wise enchantress who had lived for centuries. She could see into people's hearts, and Clara's was one of the coldest she had ever seen. I must teach her a lesson, the old woman thought. That night, as Clara slept peacefully in her bed, the enchantress cast a spell. The next morning, Clara woke up feeling strange. Her face felt dry and itchy. She rushed to the mirror, and what she saw made her scream. Her once perfect skin was covered in red, scaly patches. Her sparkling blue eyes were dull and sunken, and her golden hair had turned dry and brittle. She looked nothing like the beautiful girl she had been the day before. Panicking, Clara ran to her mother. "Look at me. What's happening? I look horrible," she cried. Her mother gasped. "Oh, Clara, what happened to you? We must see the doctor right away." But the doctor could find nothing wrong. "I've never seen anything like this," he said, shaking his head. "There is nothing I can do." Word spread quickly through the town about Clara's sudden change. The same people who once admired her now whispered behind her back. Some even laughed at her, saying she was so proud of her beauty. Now look at her. Clara was heartbroken. She stopped going out and locked herself in her room, too ashamed to face the world. Days turned into weeks, and Clara began to feel lonely and forgotten. She missed the attention she used to get. But more than that, she realized how badly she had treated others. One evening, as she sat by her window crying, Clara noticed a familiar figure walking through the town square. It was the old woman she had insulted at the market. Clara's heart sank. I was so mean to her, she thought. Maybe I can make it right. Clara followed the old woman into the forest to an abandoned hut in the forest. When she reached the old woman, she knelt before her. "I am sorry for how I treated you," she said, her voice trembling. I was wrong to think beauty was everything. Please forgive me. The old woman looked at Clara with kind eyes. Why the sudden change of heart, my child? She asked. Clara hesitated, but decided to tell the old woman the truth. I have lost my beauty, and now I see how foolish I was. I should have been kind and respectful, not proud and rude. The old woman smiled. You've learned an important lesson, Clara. True beauty comes from within. It's in your kindness, your respect for others, and your willingness to help those in need. As the old woman spoke, Clara felt a warm light surround her. She touched her face and realized the dry patches were gone. Her hair felt soft again, and her eyes sparkled like they used to. Clara looked at her reflection in a nearby fountain and saw that her beauty had returned. But how? She asked, turning to the old woman. The woman simply winked. Remember, Clara, your outward beauty is a gift, but it's your inner beauty that truly matters. Take care of both. With that, the woman disappeared into the thin air. From that day on, Clara changed completely. She became one of the kindest and most helpful people in town. She volunteered at the market, helped the elderly with their chores, and treated everyone with respect. People admired her even more, not just for her looks but her heart. And so Clara lived happily, knowing that real beauty shines from within and it is something that never fades.